Hi, I'm Willie Thomas from Atlanta, Georgia. Good to be here with you all this morning. I got something to say. I feel like it's kind of important. You hear a whole lot of things in the world, like a lot of people saying that things like God is not pleased with none of this stuff that people are doing. How could people say that and put words in God's mouth? For God created everything magnificent. God created the whole world. And God gave everything free will. Even water and wind and land have free will. Anytime the water want to come on land with its free will, it can do it. Anytime the land want to let go of the earth, it can do it with its free will. We as human beings, we always try to make sense out of everything that goes on that we unfamiliar about. We even feel like it have to have some type of structure in order for it to be real, to have some substance. If it don't have no structure to it, then you're gonna have human beings down there, and human beings feel like it's impossible, that never did happen, or it can't happen. I just come on this app to tell you how much I love God and how much I love God's creation, for God created everything and give us all our path of life, whichever life we choose. God, both male and female, been here with us the whole entire time. But we as human beings, we following man and women of this earth. Religions that they came up with, books that they came up with, they so-called sound doctrine that they came up with have nothing to do with the divine living God. And people constantly preach that stuff wholeheartedly. They preach it and convict God's creation with that madness. How could people be so cruel to God's creation, since we all supposed to love God? Why we all can't agree on what God have created was perfect and go off that, the world would be a better place. You know why the world is so much in turmoil sometimes? Because men and women trying to make what God created better. I'm gonna give you an example when I say that. God created the water. Men and women of this earth, they sell water now. God have already created food for us to eat. Men and women of this earth redo the meat and add other stuff to it, and add other chemicals to plants that God have already made perfect. If we just stick to the things that God do, we'll be okay. But us as people, we always feel like, man, they can do it better for some reason. I understand that man can assist you, man and women can assist you on some of the things here on earth, but when it come trying to saying that this is the only way for you to get these type of results that you're trying to reach. In other words, again, another example, I'm trying to go to heaven. The only way I can go to heaven, then I got to follow this instruction in the biblical book that a man and woman created here on earth. I feel like that's 100% wrong. I feel like if God wanted us to follow that stuff, then God, when He gave us a brain, would have embedded that in our head. It would be virtually impossible for us to think any other kind of way. And we would have to do the things that God, both male and female, say do. Since God, both male and female, give us free will, any religious books is not necessary, because we're not going to deal with none of the consequences of the religious book, because God never co-signed that or confirmed that them books are being true. We as human beings, we got to stand on what God give us. And that's the thing that they created, both male and female. And we have to stand on that. And don't care how people might feel like, oh, that's crazy, that's ridiculous, oh, you ignorant. We can't let them put us in the same hole that they're going to go into. We have to follow what created us. It's just like we didn't have no instructions to get here. We're not going to have no instructions to get back. What we have to do is hope and pray that everything that they created that is good enough to bring us back home. And that's what I'm into 100%. I am not dealing with no man-made religions here on earth and losing my one thing God gave me is my soul. God never gave me no spirit, never gave nobody no spirit. God gave you your soul. And if you lose your soul to what a deity that you is calling on, or you are following here on this earth, then you can't fault nobody but yourself. Hi, I am Willie Robert Thomas. I'm glad to have this talk with you all today. I'll be back on this app with something tomorrow. Thanks, and may the living God bless you. Bye-bye.